Hi friends, wizd here, welcome to a new Raid Shadow Legends video. So plarium, I haven't talked to you yet about Clan Siege, the feature that will be released in probably 6 days on July 10th. And I know that it's going to be a clan war sort of thing, which can break clans, which can require us to spend even more time in game, which Jigix talked about in one of his videos. This is a major factor. Time is a real problem that Raid has and other games do not. Other games handle it different ways, but clan wars, clan siege, whatever they are calling it, if it requires more times, it's going to drive more players away from the game and maybe break clans because of the requirement. So they released the first video explaining how this will work. We'll listen to it together and I'm going to react and I'll give you my first impressions on how I think this will work. Towards the end, if you want to watch the video on your own and don't care about my reaction, towards the end, probably when we finish it, it's only 8 minutes long. I don't do too many comments during the middle, but yeah, towards the end we're going to discuss whether I think this is good or bad, and then how I think clans should handle this. So let's start.
We hope you're hyped for this update preview, because we're covering a feature that has been on a lot of people's wish list for a while now. Clan versus clan PvP. Introducing Siege. This feature is the biggest overhaul to Raid's clan system since the game's launch. So there's a lot to explain. Expect this video to cover the Siege basics, and then we'll dive deeper in a subsequent video. Sound good? Well, let's get started. At its core, Siege is a new game mode that pits clans against each other in fierce PvP combat.
So, first comment here, from what it looks like, yes, it's Siege format. You will set up your teams, your clans teams from everyone to defend certain areas, posts, as we've seen from the previous things. That will be an auto, exactly like 3v3 or your arena defense. You'll set up the champs and then the opposing clan, when attacking them, will have the advantage because your teams are on auto and they are attacking like real humans, planning and stuff. So yeah. This is like 3v3 or arena defense, so let's proceed.
We're talking intense battles, complex strategizing, clashes on multiple fronts. To take part in a siege, you obviously need to be part of a clan and have reached level 45. You'll find Siege in the game modes menu, and any clan who has at least one member at level 45 will have access to it. If you're below level 45, sorry, but this fight isn't for you just yet. Let's talk about the battleground where this mighty clash will take place. Behold, the Clan Fortress. This towering citadel is your clan's base of operations, and it's your job during a siege to defend it from attack, while simultaneously conquering your opponent's fortress. At its core, the Clan Fortress is a collection of different buildings and locations, joined together by a network of interconnecting paths. One crucial thing to keep in mind: the layout of the Clan Fortress is exactly the same for every clan.
Okay, I'm smiling because I've got my second comment. I'm already strategizing on how we can tackle this. And it's good. Like, my first impression is good in the sense of this needs strategy, this needs thinking. It's not only about like strong teams hitting each other, though of course whales and krakens will do what they do. But yeah, so it's similar to Centranos, which is like what Nubraids mentioned. Raid developer told him they like to reuse stuff. Understand the development concept on this. So yeah, the thing here is that because this is a map like Centranos, you have more than one way to penetrate. So if you're attacking the opposing clan's fortress, of course if you beat the fortress, you won the war basically. So even if you didn't like beat all of the other posts, so clans will start strategizing. The first thing that they said here is that the map is similar for everyone. So for example, we'll see that this one will be like hard to beat, just ignore it and figure out like the shortest way forward. Of course, so you'll have a lot of planning to do as clans, because the shortest way to get to the fortress should be like best protected. The easiest way should be best protected. The longer ways probably are like second in priority, because you can deploy multiple teams here along the way. You can just have one block, one of your strongest players just in one of the stations here, and they will just waste their teams winding through this, face one of your strongest players and get beaten, and they'll never get to the fortress. So yeah, there's a lot of planning. You have to protect all paths, or depending of course on benefits and other stuff that they will release, you can just protect the borders. So you can huddle up towards the fortress, let them beat everything else outside, and when they come, they will face the real defense. There's so many strategies there. I see, I'm not sure if those are keys or tokens or whatever, but that strategy, that's real strategy, not only about like level of gear or variety of champs and all of that. So I like that concept. Let's proceed.
Buildings and the paths between them remain the same across each siege. The strategy and customization comes from which buildings your clan chooses to upgrade. To do that, you'll require 2 resources unique to Siege: florins and mana orbs. You'll earn both of these as rewards for actions completed during a siege, but everyone will receive an initial stockpile so they can start developing their fortress ahead of their first battle. Any clan member can donate florins directly to a specific building to help upgrade it or repair it following a siege. Each building has 3 upgrade levels, and each upgrade increases the total number of champion teams that can be garrisoned inside it. Mana orbs work a little differently. You can keep hold of them, or they can be donated to the shared mana orb cache, where the clan leader and their deputies will decide how they're used. Mana orbs are mainly used to invoke various bonuses and conditions.
Okay, that's getting even more complex now. First thing before I forget it, so upgrading certain posts allow you to deploy more teams there. So that's that game mode, if deployed properly, and then the bugs fixed, of course, because I'm sure there are going to be bugs, but that has some life to it. That will keep us busy for quite a while, because you need to build and upgrade this fortress. Like our clan target should be, this post is so important, so guys, all of our resources are going to be dumped there, whatever the resources they talked about, because we need 2-3 teams there in this post by like the 3rd siege or whatever. So this has life to it. This has like some time that we'll play this. The second sort of resource here, look at these, and there looks like there's quite a few of them. Turn metal fair effects increased by 40% when used by allied champions from the Plarium League. Oh god, there are so many of these. Probably, so if we talk strategy, like probably someone like people will release, maybe I'll even do a bit of that depending on how much time I'll have, like tier lists and videos about which of these will be most impactful to upgrade or to use the resource on. A life force and magic accuracy is increased by 50, so it depends. Not only, that's not for you, that's for the whole clan. So as a clan leader, deputy, and discussions between the clans, we will choose which ones to deploy, because like let's say this one is generally useful, but if 50% of the clan members don't have strong champions that are force or magic, they are spirit and void, for example, so this one won't be useful for my specific clan, so and so. So here it's also, there is like the Plarium League and Galleon Pact, certain factions will benefit from this. So there's a lot to tackle here. My guess is that yes, there will be strategy, thoughts, tier lists, recommendations, and videos. That's a lot of material for us to work on as content creators, but half the people will just do it randomly. This one looks good, let's invest in it, because you won't spend like your whole life planning this. Especially that if we run the video,
Additions, which we'll discuss a bit later. Moving on, let's talk fortress.
there are so many of them. Like I won't even read through them now. You can see parts of them behind me, and of course you can watch the original video. But yeah, this will take some time.
Real estate. The stronghold is the heart, brain, and nerve center of a fortress. It determines the maximum level of all buildings on a fortress layer, provides huge bonuses, and more. Defend it at all costs. For the initial release of Siege, there will only be 1 fortress layer and 1 stronghold, but future updates will add extra fortress layers, each with a new set of buildings and a stronghold. A stronghold also provides a layer bonus, boosting the stats of all allied champions fighting on a specific layer. The only way to neutralize this bonus is to capture the stronghold, which could mean defending 18 individual teams when a stronghold is upgraded to level 3. You'll need some serious tactical brilliance to capture this command center. When it comes to upgrade priority, focus on your stronghold first. Other buildings can only be upgraded to the same level as your stronghold, so neglecting its development will
Makes
really
sense.
hamper
Yeah.
your
That's
fortress's
how
overall
other games are
strength.
doing.
If you manage to defend your stronghold or capture your opponents during a siege, everyone in your clan will earn extra rewards once the siege ends. Next up, mana shrines. There are 2 of these magical buildings currently in the fortress, and defending them nets everyone in your clan some additional goodies. Mana shrines don't provide any bonuses like a stronghold, but they can be enhanced by the bonuses provided by other buildings. Attackers can also rebattle any defeated defense teams that are
Magic tower.
stationed within a mana shrine to earn additional mana orbs. Direct your strongest assault squads here and reap the rewards. From mana shrines, we move to magic towers. These arcane keeps can have up to 4 champion teams stationed within them, and they will apply powerful bonuses to those inside. Not only that, but any buildings directly connected to a magic tower via a path will also receive the same bonus. You can tell which buildings are connected by these magic paths.
I'm smiling because I love and hate the complexity of it. That will give us a lot to do. One of my first impressions, because of how complex it is, it's good that this is a project that's not like, this hasn't been developed in 2 months. They've been working on this for a long time. And if they deploy it properly, especially regarding clan matching, which is just like a hit and miss now with Hydra and stuff and clan CVC. But yeah, this can keep us busy in a good way for a long time. Don't rush into it in the first week or couple of weeks. Just explore and test. This is built to last over time. Yes, probably the initial set of matching, if you get like an easy opponents, just grab the clan siege and win it and all of that stuff. But yeah, like let's see, because also like another factor I'm thinking about, what if they beat your fortress and you beat theirs? Who's winning there? I think it will come to the number of points, basically, how many of those towers you've beaten. If they only like beaten your fortress, but you beaten their fortress and like a bunch of other towers, you will win. So there is lots of strategy in a good way going on. There will be discussions, which increases the importance, like something that I've been trying to do in my clan. I have a couple of spots if you want to join for the upcoming slaughter. Yeah, but the thing is, people will need to talk to each other. Clan chat is not practical for this. So unless Raid has some thoughts about how to develop this more, clan chat, like you won't scroll into clan chat in-game, I mean, to see a message that was posted yesterday. That's not practical. That's why we have Discord. Having active members in your clan on Discord to discuss all of this, and then here's the instructions. We cannot have the rogue player who's not listening to anyone when the clan leader decides that, oh, okay guys, that's the plan for this siege, and then he will suddenly go and deploy somewhere else. So people will get kicked out of clans, people will leave clans because they cannot be active on Discord, which is, so let me say that thought here in the middle of the video, hopefully, or whatever, yeah. One component of like in then 1 hour here, we see the prep phase, and then Raid borrowed this from a game that they had for a while and then sold, because I've seen it on Plarium Play for a while, and I did play that game for a little bit. Its name is, you can go check it out in the Play Store, its name is Hustle Castle. They have a similar deployment, but Raid's one is more complex, at least when I played that game years ago. So the thing here is that you prep, you deploy your defenses, and then the assault starts. The assault is usually just like the opposing teams attacks and see what they can beat there. So the prep phase usually takes, I'm talking about what I remember from the other game, a few hours or 12 hours or a day or whatever. And then the assault is just like probably a window through the day that you both know, both clans I mean, and it's just like for 2 hours or whatever to see what we can beat. So your clan members, and that's, I'm not sure if they will split this by servers or time zones or whatever, but the clan will need to be active during this time if they are to deploy it properly. So during the assault time, what if it's 4 AM for someone? We won't be able to depend on him as a clan. Yes, he can participate in the defense part, but he won't participate in the assault. Or if our clan is mostly based in the US and then our assault time is Europe based or whatever, so it's 4 AM for everyone. then probably we're losing this one anyways. So yeah, it depends. There is a way, and we'll give them a lot of feedback if they listen on how to like do this properly. My suggestion would be increase the prep time and the assault time as much as possible, so people are not like just stuck there. So give us, for example, 1-2 days of prep and 12 hours of assault, so that whenever someone is awake, they can use their keys, tokens, or whatever, they can use their assault, and then we have enough time to prep without stressing about it. It will take a lot of time in planning, especially in the beginning, but then when we develop a plan, a strategy, it will become easier. And it won't be even, I'm saying this very cautiously here, it won't be even a time pressure, because yeah, planned properly, we'll just deploy the defenses, see what other rogue factors they will probably change from one siege to the next, do that, and then just wait for the assault. We have 12 hours, everyone will wake up, do their dailies, do the assault, and let's see the results. So let's see if they're deployed this way, but it's all, we see a lot of timers here. Probably they're hidden behind me. So 1 hour before assault. How long is the prep phase and how long is the assault phase? That's very important to respect players' time into the game. And so, yeah, that will be the factor, depending whether people will play it or hate it or whatever.
That's on the map. Finally, we have posts. These aren't technically buildings. They're more like important tactical locations within a fortress. Bridges, palisades, crossroads, choke points. Places where a band of warriors can mount a heroic defense. Posts cannot be upgraded or destroyed, and they can only contain one defense team. They are affected by all external bonuses from the stronghold and magic towers, and each post has a specific battle condition that will affect both the attacker and defender. More on those later. So that's all the buildings covered. Now let's explore bonuses. As the name suggests, bonuses...
I'm just thinking, so those choke points probably will be where, like, if the conditions are favorable for your clan, you can put one of your strongest team there and you'll make sure that this road is completely blocked. But then, if you deploy the team here, I'm just thinking, will the same clan member be allowed to deploy like his second best team to protect the fortress? Or are they 30 in total? So if you deploy him at the choke point, you won't be able to deploy a second team there. If it's free, like meaning that as many champs, probably it will be like Hydra. Like if I have double Narcissus, for example, if I deploy my Narcissus in the choke point, I won't be able to deploy a second one to protect the fortress. Well, another clanmate might, but not me. But let's see. Let's see. There is lots of details into this.
These are special boons. Bonuses can only be deactivated if an enemy manages to destroy the building where it originates from. A building counts as destroyed if all the teams defending it are defeated during a siege's battle phase. To react...
So basically those bonus towers, bonus points, like, will be part of the strategy of the planning, because we know if they give two powerful bonuses, then our strategy as attackers must be, we have to defeat that tower, otherwise we're never getting into the fortress. But yeah, let's see.
Activate the bonus for future sieges, you will need to repair the building using florins. While destroyed buildings cannot use their native bonus, bonuses from other buildings will still apply. If there's a particular magic tower that is applying a powerful bonus to multiple buildings, focus your forces to knock it out. At the beginning of a siege, each individual post will receive 3 random conditions from a wide pool. Like with bonuses, your stronghold level determines how many conditions you have access to. Conditions affect both defender and attacker,
that's the rogue
ranging
factor
from limiting the champions that can fight for a post
you cannot
to
apply
disabling
any
entire
team
effects
there.
like reviving or turn meter manipulation. With conditions, no 2 sieges will be the same. You don't have to be a clan leader or deputy to set a condition. Anyone who sets a defense team in a post can select its specific condition out of the 3.
I thought that these conditions like are set by the game, but we set the conditions, so they will give us 3 to choose from, and we'll have to spend like that currency. You see here, he doesn't have 300, so he couldn't choose that condition, which is probably more powerful. So I can limit them to only like Ogren tribes. That would be very crippling for an attacking team. But yeah, so this currency, we have to be the mana orbs, we have to be very wise using it, because yeah, and looks like also there's a second currency here, that green flag. So probably we need to plan ahead, because like if we run out of these currencies, like let's say if I want to deactivate it, change the condition, I'm not sure how it works, but if I run out of currency, I'm stuck. I might not even be able to set a condition. But yeah, this can be very crippling. Attack only, defense only, so on. So yeah, that's great. That's great.
Be available.
Lots of
Just make
strategy
sure
and
you've got
planning.
enough mana orbs to select the condition you want. We'll add a handy button that lists all the available conditions for the current siege and the posts where they can be applied. So coordinate, plan, and strategize together with your clan to see which teams will work best, considering the conditions available. And
Let's see how creative
that's
we can
everything
be.
about the clan fortress.
Okay.
There's still tons to get through, so stay tuned.
Okay, that's the gist of it. Basically, it's just wrapping up. There is a lot to plan around. That will give us a lot. So this will take time. So that will be very entertaining for in-game players who got nothing better to do than figure out whether they're doing the next fusion or not. It's going to take us time to build stuff and strategize. Strategies will develop and change, because like when we talk about Unkillable or Hydra champs, Wixwell teams, all of that stuff, Yannicka and such, there will be strategies. So teams will come up with creative ways of like beating certain parts of defenses. And as soon as it comes out in a video, everyone will need to change it because it's not a secret anymore. So it will be very interesting to see whether players and content creators can come with creative ideas that will keep us entertained for a long time. For content, probably like I'll try to understand it and then release some creative stuff. Probably like we'll use it first, make sure it works, and then I'll release it so this card is burned. But yeah, we'll think about it. I'll digest, because the full-time content creators will release their videos faster. They can spend time and effort, especially bigger guys like Hill Hades. He will have a lot, like a good part of the community participating to his thoughts on his Discord and stuff. So it will be open discussion on Reddit and everything, but I will take all the ideas and from whoever will release it first. And then probably I'll have, what I will try to do is that I will have some practical thoughts on like what would fit mid to end game players without crazy gears or crazy clans. So yeah, we'll talk about it definitely in a lot of videos going forward. Let's see how interesting it is for everyone. I said my own reaction and concern towards the middle a little bit earlier when we were talking about how they will deploy it time-wise and how clans should prepare for this. Right now, all you need to do is two things. If your clan doesn't have the same priorities as you might want to change clans. If they will hit you too hard on like time, because you need time for discussions and planning. If a bunch of people, of like a few clan leaders, deputies, will take care of planning for you guys and just tell you in a single message, you deploy here, do this and that, that's fine, you can do that. So just make sure you are within a clan that you like how they think about this, so it won't create frustration for you or for them. If you want to change clans, do this now. Whatever, it's released in the 10th, we'll have lots of time to change and do stuff. And if it's too heavy on time, probably that's going to be a problem. If they have enough, and this is changeable because that won't change anything in the code. Plarium, my only request here, give us enough time to prep for assault, at least a day or two, and then at least 12 hours for assault. So it's covering the period of everyone being awake around the world. That's all for now. We'll have more videos coming on this later. Thank you for tuning in today. I'll see you next time. Bye.